What's going on, everybody? It's your boy BJ, the DJ. You are now tuned into the B-side. That's right, this is the B-side. And for this particular episode, I want to talk about what I was speaking on in episode 22. We were talking about the Mount Rushmore of white rappers. Now, there was another post that caught my attention, and it was from What's Sleep TV or 615 Rap Game, and it was talking about the Nashville Mount Rushmore of rappers. And man, this one, it caught me in my feels because when I first started listening to rap music, Southern rap was everything to me. I was a big, like I've said it before, big Memphis rap fan, but I feel like Nashville never got the respect it deserved as far as its contributions to hip hop, especially Southern rap music, right? I first started learning about these guys in Murder Dog magazine back in the mid 90s, right? And I would become acquainted with these guys through my own music and through some of the producers and graphic designers that we worked with in the mid 2000s, right? So these guys were legends to me, right? As it stands, their Mount Rushmore of Nashville rappers, current post is Young Buck, Lido, Pistol, and Kwani. Now, I am firmly in favor of all four of those gentlemen being on the Mount Rushmore of Nashville rappers. However, when I got to thinking about it, man, there were so many people that came through Nashville that deserved acknowledgement and a place on this Mount Rushmore that I felt like I had to break this down into two parts. So here's what I've got for two parts. I've got an OG section and I've got a next generation section, and I've got a couple honorable mentions. So I'm going to break it down first into the OG section. The OG section of Mount Rushmore of the OG section of Mount Rushmore of Nashville rappers. I've got Young Buck, Cool Daddy Fresh, Pistol, and Kwani. Now, again, there are several that are being excluded from this list. Cool Daddy Fresh at New Life Records sold over 100,000 copies of his album. I first became aware of Cool Daddy Fresh through Plottin'. Plottin' was my album. If I talk about my favorite Cool Daddy Fresh album, it's Plottin'. Jawbreaker, Sex Drive, all the above were on that album. I know It's All True is the one that most people go with, but Plottin' is my one. So I love Cool Daddy Fresh. Cool Daddy Fresh was my favorite Nashville rapper up until I heard about guys like Haystack. But yeah, so my OG post, Young Buck, obviously, first rapper from the city to go platinum. Cool Daddy Fresh. Pistol, goes without saying, his longevity in the game. Like I said, he was probably the first to sign a major label deal. He was signed to Ruthless Records back in the early 90s through Street Flavor Records. Shout out Sonny P and those guys at Street Flavor, really doing a lot to put Nashville hip hop on the map, right? But Big Pistol, and then of course Kwani Cash. Kwani Cash, man, what he's done for the community in recent years goes without saying, man. He's a legend in Nashville. I first heard about The Bottom through Kwani Cash, man. He was all right. I represent the first one to shoot a movie in Nashville. And he's done over 1 million. I think he's sold over 1 million copies of the movie. Those four gentlemen, I think, go without saying that if we were to do a Nashville, Mount Rushmore monument, those four gentlemen deserve a spot. Now, when I talk about the next generation of Nashville rappers, I'm saying I came in contact with most of these guys probably around 2002 to 2010 timeframe, right? And I've got Lido, Stack, Jelly, and I'm putting my man Chad Arms on there. And I say that because I'm not excluding anybody for personal reasons, but Lido, obviously, man, Young Goat would probably be the best rapper in Nashville, according to several people. Man, Lido, he is probably the hardest lyricist I've ever heard come out of Nashville. I give him props. Every time I listen to a Lido song, I'm just amazed, right? Stack, he was, again, if we talked about the white rappers, Stack was one that was the underground version of what we were looking at with like Bubba Sparks and things like that. And they would collaborate. I think Stack at one point had a major label deal on the table with what was considered Def Jam South, because I think Scarface spoke about it on Drink Champs about signing Haystack. But I don't know whatever happened with that and why that didn't work out. But when I talk about Street Flavor's influence in hip hop, you got to mention Stack, right? And same with Jelly. And I didn't put Jelly on my white rapper GOAT list because I feel like Jelly's rise to fame was in a whole nother genre other than rap music. Now, in one calendar year, he's done songs with Eminem and most recently on the Carter 6 album with Lil Wayne. So if you look at his overall rap catalog, the man's done songs with everyone from Tech Nine all the way to now Snoop Dogg, right? So he's still leaving his mark in rap music. But as far as Nashville goes, he's probably, on most people's, probably at the top of the list. But I've got him on this next generation Mount Rushmore of Nashville rappers. What he's done in country music has just been unbelievable. He's been able to go in and just really make his way, and he's arguably one of the biggest artists. It's great to see these rappers turn country music singers. Like, you look at what Post has done and his success he's had in country music. He's another one that could have been easily on that white rapper Mount Rushmore, but he has since transitioned to country. And then I put Chad on there. Obviously, Chad's the homie. And I'm not doing this. Chad's not paying me to say this or anything like that. But Chad oftentimes gets overlooked. And I feel like what he's done, Chad's 20 plus years in the game, man. This year alone, he's dropped 6 albums so far at this point. If you take it back to the previous year, he's probably dropped, in the last 9 months, he's probably done 8 albums in 9 months. And he plans on dropping one every month this whole year. So look at his catalog and compare it to any other rapper to come out of Nashville, and it's unmatched. Now, is Chad the best rapper to come out of Nashville? Some people may say no. I just feel like Chad gets overlooked a lot, and I think it's time to put some respect on Chad's name. A lot of these people that I've mentioned on this list have worked with Chad in some capacity, and they all feel the same way I feel right now. So yeah, I definitely feel like Chad deserves his flowers and deserves his recognition. And if I'm putting 2 Mount Rushmores together, Chad definitely deserves to be on the next generation. Now, there are some that I didn't mention that you're probably going to be like, yeah, what about Bezel Gang? Again, there are so many that could be on this list. And I just feel like the lack of music from Bezel Gang, they all broke off, started doing solo stuff. They came back together. The lack of music from Bezel Gang keeps him off this list for me, but I love Bezel Gang. Brian Brown. Brian Brown's a new one. He was featured on Lito's last album, but Brian Brown has been putting in work for years. I stumbled across him one day on Instagram by accident, and definitely want to give him his props. Love Brian Brown, love his music, love what he represents for the city of Nashville. So that's what I got. Mount Rushmore, Nashville rappers, 2 groups, OGs, next gen, everyone rightfully so. I give them all their props. Because of them, I am where I am, and I'm doing the stuff that I'm doing. Love the city of Nashville. Oftentimes felt like it got overlooked because of Memphis, but they definitely deserve their flowers and their recognition. That's what I got. I'm BJ the DJ. This has been the B-side. Don't forget to rewind.
I came from the bottom where the struggle's so real. Had to climb out the dirt just to see how it feels. Hustle in my vein, blood thicker than steel. Now I'm counting my blessings, turn pain into wheel. I came from the bottom where the struggle's so real. Had to climb out the dirt just to see how it feels. Hustle in my vein, blood thicker than steel. Now I'm counting my blessings, turn pain into wheel.